The time has come. Trying to just, see in the background. Yeah, check my background. Well, I hope you got your ears open today. Talk to you and y'all. That's what I do. That's what I do. You call me whatever you like to call me. Just don't call me Collect. But anyways, out here, let's see here. What's the sign say? Oh, okay. I'm out here in the middle of somewhere, but better known as nowhere. Nowhere. Got a long walk ahead of me. Very long walk. It's one step at a time out here. One step at a time. You just can't skip the steps. You gotta take one step at a time. If you don't, you can trip up and fall down. It's one step at a time out here. See, it's important that you know how to take those steps. That way you can get to the top of wherever you need to be, whatever you're trying to get done, whatever you're trying to see through, whatever you're looking forward to. It's one step at a time. One step at a time. Just one step at a time. But that ain't what I'm talking about today for the most part. That's just what I'm telling you. I got something to inform you and y'all. I got it. Too bad I don't have my coin. Had a lucky penny I found on the ground. Probably ain't no money out here. Would like to flip a coin, but sometimes you just can't do what you want to do.
I ain't gonna lie, for you as a fool, but this one right here.
Wish I had like a seat to sit on out here. Ow! Ow! Bet you at nighttime. Bet you at nighttime it'll be a different story out here. I bet you. I bet you, I bet you, I bet you. Trying to see if I seen anything out there. Any type of movement. Oh! Well, looks like I'm on the shoulder today. when it comes to life in general, stay determined. Got my smoking pipe out today. Smoking a little tobacco. Gotta have it. I'm all out of Black and Milds. I'm out here with a flat tire. I had a tire blow out. Somebody was nice enough to get on their horn and let me know. They was pointing. So I pulled over immediately. See what the problem was. It's the rear axle. On the inside, the tire is blown out. The mud flap is good on the driver's side. That's what I'm referring to, the driver's side. But anyways, to make a long story short, I'm out of Black and Milds. So I pulled out my little smoking pipe. Like, I'm the shit. But let's get into this video. And this is at Peeling Back the Curtains YouTube channel. Season 1. Ain't nothing like the first season. And today, we're going to be peeling back the curtains. Welcome to the channel of entertainment. This is Major Barnes and I approve this message. Welcome to the channel of entertainment. Well, I'm out here. I'm all out of Black and Milds. I'm all out. But when you run out of Black and Milds, you gotta have at least a smoking pipe and some tobacco. Also known as tobacco. You gotta have it. Just in case you get out here stuck in the middle of nowhere, but you are somewhere. In the middle of somewhere. Peeling back the curtains and peeping out the window. Peeling back the curtains and peeping out the window. Get out that daggone smoking pipe. Gotta have something. Gotta have something. About out of tobacco. I wonder that right there. You probably could make what? In prison, you probably could make you probably could make over $100 with that much tobacco in prison. Leave a comment if you know about that. If you could make about $100 off that. Especially when it get low, demand get high. That's all right though. I got some help coming. I got some help coming from the Loves. They're coming out here and they're gonna put on a tire for me. And I got Frank coming, and I'm gonna pay him some money, and he's bringing me some Black and Mild plastic tips. So in the next video, you will see me hyping up a Black and Mild. I apologize for not being able to hype up a Black and Mild in this video, but you know, the show must go on. Let's see here. I don't like when they be trying to shit on your lips. Shit is crazy. Peeling back the curtains and peeping out the window. Well, let's get into the rest of this video. Is that fire? I got to stop showing off. The title of this video is Stay Determined. #6. And that's right, it's one step at a time. It's always one step at a time, but you got to stay determined. Because whether you know it or not, you got to be about something in life in order to get something out of life. And it's going to be important that you stay determined, because that's going to be the most difficult thing to do when you're trying to get over humps, get through obstacles, heal from pain and bruises. When you're trying to wake up and be about something on a daily basis, you got to stay determined. No matter what gets in the way. And always remember, in life, every day, something is going to try to get in the way. That's a part of life. Kind of like that saying when they say, it's always something. That's the beauty about life. As long as you keep living, it's always going to be something. But you got to stay determined. Staying determined to have that drive. Staying determined to have that drive, to have that focus, to have that reach. You got to know how to carry it when you're trying to stay determined. It takes a lot of focus, a lot of not giving up, a lot of sweat, a lot of blood, a lot of tears. All that's going to come in life. You're going to get the worst news that you ever heard one day. You know, stuff is going to fail here and there. Some goals aren't even going to be reached for the most part, but they won't be reached unless you stay determined. Staying determined is, well, the word determined is a big time word. Determined. You got to show action just like that word. Determination. Stay determined regardless of what type of news you get on the phone, what type of message you see on the screen. Stay determined. Stay determined to focus. So you got to focus on focusing perfectly in order to stay determined. Because you're trying to get an end goal. You're trying to get to the finish line. You got to stay determined. You're trying to get somewhere, you got to stay determined. You're trying to stay out of trouble, you got to stay determined to stay out of trouble. You're trying to open up some businesses, you got to stay determined. You're trying to pick up an extra job, you got to stay determined. You're trying to work on your vehicle, you got to stay determined. You're trying to study, you got to stay determined. You're trying to get some furniture in your house. You're trying to get the bills paid. You got to stay determined. Constantly and continuously stay determined. That's the message for today. Make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, share this video, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified each and every time I drop a new video. Peeling back the curtains and peeping out the window. Peeling back the curtains and peeping out the window. Peeling back the curtains and peeping out the window. Peeling back the curtains and peeping out the window. Season 1. Peeling back the curtains and peeping out the window. Peeling back the curtains and peeping out the window. Peeling back the curtains and peeping out the window. Peeling back the curtains and peeping out the window. Peeling back the curtains and peeping out the window. Daggone, these things be messing up. But anyways, this is more the outro. Frank, he made it. He made it from Love's. Guess what? He bought me a box. I looked out for him. When he called me on the phone and talked to him, well, let me get this right. When he called me on the phone, I talked to him and we was talking about as far as the maintenance that needed to be done is with the blown out tire. And then towards the end, I was like, can you bring me a box of Black & Milds? And you got to verify you want the original, you want the plastic tip, or whatever. And I was telling them, if you don't have the box, try to get me some singles. And then before we got off the phone, he was like, you want the, what type? I had to tell him or whatever, but he bought them. But I told him I would pay him for the Black & Milds, as well as I would pay him for the purchase fee. And that's what I did. I looked out for him. I don't know how much they cost or whatever, but I gave him $20. That'll cover the Black & Milds, and that's the fee for him bringing them to me, because I'm still out here in the middle of nowhere. But you know what? For the most part, this is my first outro, you know, extra bonus footage to one of my videos on at Peeling Back the Curtains. And I just want to let you know that we peeling back the curtains and we peeping out the window. But oh yeah, stay determined. Stay determined. I got what I needed without even going to the stizzy. And if y'all don't know what a stizzy is, it's a store. A stizzy is a store. So next time you're talking to somebody, don't be like store. Make sure you say stizzy. Yeah, but stay determined, you know. Oh yeah, I wanted to emphasize on that. Stay determined. It don't matter if a relative passed away. It don't matter if there's no food in your refrigerator. It don't matter if there's no food in your cabinets. You gotta realize some people ain't ate in 3 and 4 days, but they gotta stay determined. It don't matter if your car broke down. You gotta stay determined. It don't matter if you just got out of lockup and you've been applying for different jobs or whatnot, and ain't nobody called you back. Hey, you got to get out there and you got to apply for 300 to 400 jobs. You'll get better as you continue to do the applications and the presentations and the resume. You'll get better. You get better. You just got to stay determined. It don't matter if it's raining, sleeting, hailing, snowing, ice on the ground. You got to stay determined. It don't matter if your best friend said F you today, you got to stay determined. If you was in a relationship and he or she said, if you're female and he said, and if you are male and she said they don't want to mess with you no more, you got to stay determined. If you've been married 20 years and your wife, your spouse, say they want a divorce, you got to stay determined to not make that marriage work. You got to stay determined to build on yourself. Therefore, you can get a whole life value of whatever you want as long as you stay determined. Believe it or not, that makes sense. Some would say, hey, stick with the marriage. But hey, if you love a person and they don't want to be with you no more and you truly love them, you got to let them go. You got to stay determined, because each and every day you're running out of time. 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 As you go through them before, it's going to be the end. Before you know it, you'll be out of time. So it's important not to waste any time while you stand determined. What else is there? Oh yeah, if you just, someone broke inside your house and stole some stuff from you, you got to stay determined. You got to stay determined. You got to stay determined to stay focused and level-headed. Report it to the police. You know, take care of your stuff in the future. Keep eyes out and whatnot. but you don't want to lose your freedom. You got to stay determined to keep your freedom. You got to stay determined to try to present yourself in the right way. Like me, I'm smoking. I'm smoking a Black and Mild because I was determined to get me one without going anywhere. Most of the time, you got to use your mind to be able to get things done. If you're trying to sell some products legally or whatnot, and you don't feel like driving across town in different places to get it done, you got to figure out how you could get those people to come to you. You got to figure out how you could pay somebody else to deliver those legal products, of course. You got to stay determined. If you got stuff inside your apartment or crib, and you want to sell them on the internet, you got to take pictures of them. You got to copy and paste and take pictures of them. Or screenshot the real deal stuff and sell it as used on the internet. You got to stay determined. But anyways, y'all will see me in the next video. It's your boy MKB signing off all the way. That's my top-notch big dog back there, Frank, taking care of business. And Frank is a straight hero that'll get the job done. That'll come save the day. Look at that driver, couldn't even get over. Piece of feces. See all them triangles back there? Still couldn't get over. They way back there. Make sure you comment, follow me on TikTok, follow me on this, hit that notification bell for sure so you can get alerted each time I drop some new content.